Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Prabjot Koseni and you're watching Reading with Prabjot. Today we are doing an end of year book tag by Destiny Sidewell, and I'll link the original video in the description box below for you to watch. There are a total of 22 questions in the book tag, but I'll be doing only 15 here. However, I'll list all of those questions in the description for you to answer as well. And I know that it's not the end of the year now. We've crossed the first week of the new year, but on this channel we have learned to forgive late content, so why not? Let's get started. The first question is the most disappointing read of the year, and I've enjoyed all the books I've read this year, but out of those, the most disappointing would be The Jungle Book. That is just because I didn't really enjoy it as much as I should have. But don't get me wrong, it's a great book, it's an amazing book. Maybe some of you will love it. I just didn't really enjoy it that much, maybe because I had a little too high expectation from it. But that's fine, it's a good book. Following this, we have Underdog Book of the Year, and that is Ambassador. This is because I really enjoyed this book, but I haven't seen it anywhere as such, and it's not really that much of a popular book, but it's a really interesting one, and I really enjoyed it. Also, this genre of sci-fi, it is quite underrated, I believe, because I've heard people say that they don't enjoy sci-fi that much, but I personally love it. So for me, this is the Underdog Book of the Year. Next up, we have favorite book couple of the year, and for me, that would be Nesrin and Malachi from the third and fourth book of the Stolen Kingdom series. On number 4, we have favorite main character of the year, and for me, that is Prince Kodik from Defy the Night. He is such a character that I can't really explain him without giving any spoilers. So, if you really want to know why he's my favorite character, you'll have to read that book. On number 5, we have a book that surprised you. For me, that book is Kim Ji-young, born 1982. I had got this book from the Elf box by Bookish Santa in 2022, in the end of 2022, and I was a little disappointed that they didn't give a Christmas story in their Christmas box, and I had got this instead. And I hadn't heard about it, so I wasn't really sure how I'm going to feel about this. But uh, I lent it to my friend. She read it and she loved it. Then I read it and I loved it as well. So this was a really surprise for me, a really pleasant surprise, that too. Next up, we have new favorite author that you discovered in 2023. And for me, that is Bridget Kemmerer. I read her books Defy the Night and its sequel, Defend the Dawn, this year. The final book in the series, Destroy the Day, will be out on January 23 or maybe January 24. And I'm super excited to read that book. I thoroughly enjoyed the story. I'm so invested. I love the characters so much. And I would love to check out more of her works, including the Cursebreaker series. I am really thrilled to check that out as well, because I read the sample on Kindle for the first book, and I fell in love with the story in the first sentence itself. So I am really hoping to check out more of her work very soon. The next question is happiest book of the year, and that for me is The Secret Island by Enid Blyton. It is the first book in the Secret series. I read this back in August, and I had read this as a relief from continuous exams. So that plus the story made it a really comfort read for me, and I would definitely reread it every time I need something comforting to read. It is indeed the happiest book I read this year. Following this, we have the most frustrating book you read in 2023, and that, if you've watched my videos throughout the year, you could probably guess. And yes, that is It Ends With Us. It was very frustrating to read, to say the least. Next up, we have the longest book you read this year, and that for me is Defy the Night. It is 443 pages long, just the story, excluding the credits and acknowledgements and all. 443 pages, and I finished it in 3 days. So that is how invested I was in this story. I also have a mini reading vlog for this book on my channel, so if you want, you can watch that as well once you finish this video. The next question is the shortest book that you read this year, and that is The Canterville Ghost by Oscar Wilde. Next up, we have favorite covers of the year, and this year, five covers really stood out to me, and those five covers are Defy the Night by Bridget Kemmerer. It is gorgeous. The text is holographic and it is absolutely stunning. Second up, we have its sequel, Defend the Dawn. Look at this gold text reflecting the light and the color, the spine, everything. Simply perfect. Third, we have A Christmas Carol. It is just so beautiful, simply spectacular. And the next two are The Cursed Hunter and The Enchanted Crown by Bethany Atizadeh, the third and fourth books of the Stolen Kingdom series. I was actually a part of the cover reveal team for these 4-year special anniversary covers for the entire series, and I was so amazed when I saw these covers for the first time. I literally gasped, and the Cursed Hunter one is my absolute favorite. I just love it. I love all four of them very much. Next up, we have a book you can't stop thinking about, and that for me is Defend the Dawn, because this story left us at a point where we are wondering what will happen next, and the stakes are incredibly high where we left off. And as I said earlier, the third book is coming out this year, this month itself. So I just can't stop thinking about how things might turn out, and I'm partially scared for my favorite characters. I don't want them to die. I don't want Destroy the Day to destroy these precious characters. So it's just really kept me hooked, and um, I just can't wait to read the third book. The next question is favorite quotes of the year. I found some really good quotes in all the books I read this year, but the one that really stood out to me, and that's my absolute favorite, it is Mind Your Metal from Defy the Night. And it doesn't seem like a lot when we say Mind Your Metal. Metal literally here means resilience and your strength and ability to cope with difficulties. And this quote, these words, the context behind these words and when they were spoken, it was just so strong. And for some reason, it just really connected to me. For I don't know why, but it just gave me that invisible strength and support which the character too felt in the book. I personally felt that as well, and that's why it is my favorite quote of the year. The last question for this video is a book you read that you would reread, and that for me, even though all of these books are so amazing that I would definitely reread them whenever I feel the need of some comfort or I'm in a good mood to read some past favorites. But for this question, I would say Takes on Life, Volume 1 by Dominic Holland, because it is a non-fiction comedy read, and I wasn't really a fan of comedy earlier, but reading this really changed my perspective, and it's such a hilarious read, and some of the incidents which he narrated from his life, from his son's lives, were just so fun to read about, and some of the quotes that really stuck out to me, and I've highlighted them, and I would definitely revisit it for some light comic relief. So this is it for this video. The following video will be me reviewing my 2023 reading goals and setting up new goals for 2024. So please keep an eye out for it. It will probably uploaded soon after this one, so you can head over to my channel and watch that as well. I hope you guys really enjoyed this book tag. I really enjoyed answering these questions, and I hope that you would love to answer these in the comments as well. Can't wait to hear your thoughts. So, thank you for watching. Have a nice day and happy reading.